We have all been sold the fantasy. You feel sluggish, bloated, and toxic. So you go to the store and buy a detox cleanse. You drink nothing but kale juice and cayenne pepper for 3 days. You feel miserable, you get a headache, and you think, it's working. The toxins are leaving my body. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. I hate to break it to you, but that headache isn't toxins leaving, it's toxins recirculating. You aren't cleaning your body, you might actually be poisoning it. Real detoxification isn't a marketing buzzword. It is a highly sophisticated 2-step biological operation that happens in your liver every single second. And if you speed up the first step without supporting the second step, which is exactly what most cleanses do, you are creating a chemical bomb inside your own cells. Hello, today we are dismantling the detox myth. We are going to learn the difference between Phase 1 and Phase 2 liver detoxification, why your 3 a.m. wake-up call is a cry for help from your liver, and why constipation is actually a form of retoxing that is destroying your health. While we dismantle this myth, please hit the like button and leave a comment. Your help is everything to the channel. Let's look at the machinery. Your liver is not a filter. A filter catches dirt and holds it until you change it. Your liver is a chemical processing plant. It takes dangerous molecules and changes their structure so they can be safely flushed out. This happens in 2 distinct shifts. Phase 1 is the oxidation phase. This is run by a family of enzymes called cytochrome P450. Imagine the toxin is a rock. It's stable, but it's stuck in your fat cells. Phase 1 is like a stick of dynamite. It blasts the rock to break it down. But here is the catch. When you blast that rock, you create something called an intermediate metabolite. This fireball is often more toxic and more reactive than the original toxin. It is a free radical. It wants to burn things. It is like pulling the pin on a grenade. This brings us to Phase 2. This is conjugation. Conjugation means to join together. In this phase, your liver takes that exploding grenade and quickly attaches a safety molecule to it. It handcuffs the bad guy. This process requires raw materials, specifically amino acids, sulfur, and glutathione. Once the toxin is conjugated or handcuffed, it becomes water-soluble. It can now safely travel to the bile or the kidneys to be peed or pooped out. Here is why most cleanses are dangerous. Coffee, alcohol, exhaust fumes, and even certain compounds in juice can aggressively speed up Phase 1. You are pulling the pins on thousands of grenades. But juice cleanses are almost entirely void of protein. Phase 2 requires amino acids. We need glycine, taurine, glutamine, and cysteine. If you aren't eating protein, you have no handcuffs. So you have a hyperactive Phase 1 creating fireballs and a sluggish Phase 2 that can't catch them. We call this being a pathological detoxifier. The result? Massive oxidative stress. That healing crisis or detox headache you feel is actually damage being done to your DNA and cell membranes by these unchecked intermediates. You are effectively poisoning yourself with your own trash. So, how do we support Phase 2? We need to boost the master antioxidant, glutathione. You can take glutathione pills, but they are poorly absorbed. It is much better to tell your body to make its own. The most potent signal to turn on Phase 2 enzymes comes from cruciferous vegetables. These include broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. Specifically, we are looking for a compound called sulforophane. Sulforophane is found in high concentrations in broccoli sprouts. When you eat it, it triggers the Nrf2 pathway. This is a genetic switch that tells your liver, ramp up Phase 2. Make more glutathione. We have work to do. A study from the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine showed that sprout extracts could rapidly increase the excretion of airborne pollutants like benzene. It literally helps you escort the bad guys out. Now, let's talk about timing. According to traditional Chinese medicine, which often aligns surprisingly well with modern circadian biology, every organ has a peak operating time. The time for the liver is between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. If you consistently wake up at this time, feeling hot, anxious, or just wide awake, it is often a sign of liver stagnation. Biologically, this is when your liver is working hardest to process the metabolic waste of the day. If your liver is overwhelmed because of chemicals, late-night eating, or a lack of phase 2 nutrients, it runs out of glycogen. Your blood sugar drops. To compensate, your body shoots you with a dose of adrenaline and cortisol to raise glucose, and boom, you are awake. That 3 a.m. insomnia isn't random. It's your liver screaming, "I'm overwhelmed. I can't process all this trash." But what about the really bad stuff? Mercury, lead, mold toxins, these are fat-soluble. They get stuck in your tissues. To get them out, the liver has to dump them into bile. Bile is a green, soapy fluid produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. It's not just for digesting fat, it is the garbage truck. The liver conjugates the heavy metals and throws them into the bile flow. The bile carries the toxins into your intestines. And this is where the system often fails. This is called enterohepatic recirculation. If you have a leaky gut, or if you don't have enough fiber to bind the bile, your body reabsorbs the bile and the toxins inside it back into the blood. The liver has to process the same toxin twice, 3 times, 10 times. It's like taking the trash out to the curb and then bringing it back into the kitchen. This leads us to the most unglamorous but critical rule of detox: you must poop. If you are constipated, if you are not having at least one full complete bowel movement every single day, you are toxic, period. The longer stool sits in your colon, the more water is reabsorbed. As the water goes back into your blood, it drags the toxins with it. Constipation is literally retox. You can take all the supplements in the world. You can eat all the broccoli sprouts. But if the drain is clogged, the house will never be clean. Here is the doctor's verdict, the strategy. So, forget the $12 juice. Here is how you actually detox biologically. First, stop the bombardment, reduce alcohol and sugar. Stop pulling the pins on the grenades. Second, fuel the conjugation, eat protein. You need amino acids to build the handcuffs. Third, activate the enzymes. Eat cruciferous vegetables or broccoli sprouts to trigger the NRF2 pathway. Fourth, open the exit doors. Hydrate and eat soluble fiber to bind the bile. Ensure you are eliminating daily. This isn't a 3-day fix. This is a lifestyle. Your liver is resilient. It wants to clean you out, but it needs the bricks and mortar to do the job. It cannot build a safe house out of sugar water. I want you to stop thinking of toxins as some magical evil spirit. They are chemicals. And your body is a chemistry lab. If you give the lab the right reagents, it will neutralize the threat. Don't starve your liver, feed it. Here is my challenge for you, the poop protocol. I know it sounds weird, but stick with me. If you aren't going every day, this is your priority. For the next 7 days, I want you to add 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds or psyllium husk to your diet. These act as a binder. They grab the bile in your gut and ensure it actually leaves your body. Watch your energy. Watch your skin clear up. Watch that 3 a.m. wake-up call disappear. Get the trash out. I'm Dr. Levitas. Clean the filter, clear the mind, and I'll see you in the next video. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Also share, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos to empower your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.